Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to. Shut up. I'm just gonna do it here.
Welcome to
Why
my
not?
fiesta.
Well, welcome to our first ever special Toon Talker special
Gene Talker special.
episode, and we have incredible, just mind-blowingly good musicians, artists, incredible human beings from Italy. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the Vanished People! Woo! Amazing. Wait, guys. I said,
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
hey, I said it off the camera. I'll say it again right now. It's such an honor to have you guys with us today, doing this first ever special episode where we're gonna interview you guys.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's just go straight into it.
Yeah.
Go straight into it, and we know, guys, your names. But my first question would be just, do you wanna tell the world who you are individually, who you are, the wonderful, beautiful people behind the Vanished People?
Yeah. Just a little
There's
introduction.
not very much to say. I guess we're just two Italian dudes who like to make music in their bedroom and show it to the world.
Well, I guess.
That much of a backstory.
Yeah, I think it all started 2 years ago. We were hanging out, and we got to know each other because we both were listening to Pink Floyd.
Yeah, we actually have been playing since we were 14 together. But we have the rock band cover. We played Deep Purple, Pink Floyd. Then we had an Italian songs, a cover band. We always try to make song together, but they never worked because there were too many people. So we just
right.
one of summer after high school, after we finished our high school, we just decided to close ourselves in a room, just the two of us, and make a song together. And that's just how we created our first song ever. That was Awake. Simple guitar riff, it was created in a day or two, I think.
Yeah, our plan was to have an indie band, like an independent rock band, and we still have an independent rock band, but we try to blend our sound with more influences now.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's definite. We can definitely hear that. Yeah.
Very important phase of our music journey, because I remember where the anime of Chainsaw Man came out. We listened to the opening theme by Kenshi Yonezu, and we say, oh God, this is like a new word to us. This is like a new musical language. We felt like pioneers, listening to that opening and saying, okay, we got to take inspiration by these musicians because they're amazing. We discovered a whole world behind Japanese music, J-rock and J-pop, that is pretty unknown to a lot of Western listeners, but still very digestible because we watch a lot of Japanese shows, a lot of Japanese cartoons. So it's like we have that language in our DNA, but we don't know it yet, and it's very fascinating to me.
What a way to put it, man. Well, I'm gonna expose myself here. I am on a level of growing up, coming up as a human being and a musician. I wasn't big. I got turned on it later. Wasn't big on the culture, the art, the whole art culture from Japan. I am myself jazz trained, so I'm obviously well familiar with Japanese jazz music. Like all the Cassiopeia and all that stuff. And I always loved that. But like later on, I got introduced to lots of J-pop, J-rock. But Jacob or Piero, can you tell us a little bit about what is your background as musicians? Because like off the camera, Piero said that he plays the guitar. So like, what are the instruments you're playing? What is what led you guys to locking yourself in a room and making music together?
I think we've been both playing since we were like 6 or 7.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
we'll answer separately because we have very different backgrounds musically.
Yeah, let's go, guys. Let's go.
We have a common field, but everyone has its own story. So, start.
Okay. I have guitar training like only with the fingerstyle and acoustic guitar for 15 years. So I was very I I did some electric guitar stuff, but on my own. I never took lessons from it. Over time, I started to listen to. I had my metal phase, obviously, Metallica and well, Pink Floyd. I've been listening to them since I was like 3 years old. My brother and my father gave me took me there, and by the age of 16, we were big on Dream Theater, prog music. We even had a cover band of Dream Theater when we were 16 or 17, which is crazy because now I wouldn't be able to play that stuff.
Oh yeah.
So, but and
Yeah, it's not easy.
in that point, I think we were really focused on playing like maybe even 4, 5, 6 hours every day. So we had a technical phase, and over time we tried to get more from the pop, get more knowledge. We especially during quarantine, during COVID,
Yeah.
we started to it's been a lot into production. I don't know if you want to speak about this, but yeah, during 2020, like in that period, it's when we started to look in and to listen to a lot of different stuff, to pop music and literally everything.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, what about you, Jacob? What did you do in your life?
I think I can express my musical knowledge in 3 albums. The first one being Asia by Steely Dan, a total masterpiece. I think you'll know it, of course.
Of course.
That was my musical awakening. I learned how to arrange and how to produce by listening to that album. Mm, Second one is Voice Notes by Charlie Puth,
Okay.
because I got into pop music and Charlie Puth is probably my biggest inspiration. He's a perfect teacher in blending jazz with pop music. And the third one is Kyogen by Ado, a Japanese album, and probably she's like my musical mother. I I fell in love with that genre listening to Ado.
What a really broad uh musical directions.
Yeah, good selection of music there.
I think I can't I swear to God, literally today I was singing different songs from the voice notes to myself.
Oh,
Yeah, I was just like the whole day. I don't know if something led me to sing the I don't know. Obviously, I was singing attention, like just humming it. What else did I sing? Done for me. Just tell me what you done for me. Like that. Just no. Yeah, it's a obviously great selection of albums. But you know what? Speaking of, let's start us talking about the albums. And you at the beginning, you guys said why the direction that you picked for the Vanished People is the direction you picked. But is there on a very musical level, is there anything about the J-pop/J-rock sound that mesmerized, that made two Italian dudes that you said, wanting to do that?
it's very hard to express, very hard to explain. I think I'll write a book about it because it's a very broad concept.
Yeah.
So I'll answer just with my first impression. I think as a Western musician, we grew up with the idea of a riff carrying a song. Like a starting riff that you can sing in your head and that carries the harmonic part of the song. In J-pop, it's more about blending multiple riffs and multiple guitar phrases, multiple instrumental phrases that come together like a counterpoint and build the harmonic part of the song. If that's clear.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, me coming from like I've heard some J-pop, J-rock, but it's not like and it's something that I've listened a lot to. But from the few bits, and obviously from your songs, like what you're saying there makes a lot of sense. Like just listening to it, yeah, the having the multiple melodies going on at once, yeah.
Incredible. You,
Yeah.
Alex, you
Yeah,
wanna ask
like
anything?
I guess we've been touching a bit onto it, but you said you, Jacob, got more into like production, but I also wanted to talk about your kind of songwriting process, because of course you have a lot of elements in your songs. So how do you go about, like, do you start harmonically or rhythmically with instruments, or do you start with like a vocal melody? Yeah.
It's changed a lot over time. I think right now we are very heavily on the chorus. Like the chorus is the beginning
Oh,
of
yeah.
the song. Not always, but a lot of our last songs it was like that. We just he or me, we just send voice notes on WhatsApp with the chord progression and the melody, and we slowly build upon that. But we are also starting to change that. Like it's always fun to start with a sample, with a single riff,
Yeah.
and just see where it goes.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, I think there's not an exact process to write a song. Every song can start from a different point, and every song we did started with different points. Having the chorus is, of course, very helpful. By the way, my phone died, so
It's all good.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Try with
Sure,
my
if you want
phone.
to solve, that'd be great. But yeah, we're gonna leave it for our viewers to see. We are real. Everything is real, happening in
yeah.
a real time.
Oh yeah.
Well, while we're doing that, I had one question. Like you, guys have been playing for. Pierre doesn't have the headphones. He can't hear me.
Oh right.
We'll just wait then.
We'll just take a little break.
Beep. Bum, ba-dum, bum.
Problem solved, maybe.
Perfect.
Lovely.
Well, as I was saying, you guys, like you just like Pierre, you especially, you just said that the chorus is a very, very important element in your songwriting, which I personally like. When I like my music that I release, I'm a pop artist, so I share this ideology as well, because I do believe that also chorus on many different levels, it might be the most important section of the song. But to what Alex said, your music is so full so full with incredible musical ideas, incredibly well recorded, incredibly well produced
Yeah, yeah,
instruments,
yeah, yeah.
vocals.
Yeah.
It's such a full, it's a full sonically and melodically, and from a songwriting perspective point of view, it's so full. Do you ever, in the process of writing your songs, do you ever have this conflict when you're trying to do something musically interesting, but you may be losing the essence of the song, or you're going more into lyrics and melody, and then it gets more generic or simple? Do you ever have that conflict? Do you ever have that battle within yourselves when you're writing?
It's hard
Yeah.
not to cross the line in that case.
every time.
I don't know if you listen to, maybe the worst example or the best is Glass Moon Dance. I don't know if you listen
Yeah.
to it.
Last Moon Dance. I
Let's
love
go.
it.
It's I don't know if you listen to Dream Theater, but it's a reference obviously
I-
to Under
I
a
w-
Glass Moon.
That was one of my like questions for later, like your inspirations for like that section that you were talking about. Yeah.
Well, since
now-
we jumped in on it, you
Yeah,
can
yeah.
just we can just share it with the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember in the studio every time we like add a section and we said we could do this stuff, and it was something very weird and out of character for the song, and we said, yeah, just imagine. What if we actually do? And
Yeah.
we were losing the actual song, like by the half of the special of the bridge, the instrumental part. We were completely lost, and we were at a point where we said, "How the fuck are we going back to the chorus?"
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
that's the real challenge of the song.
I think that's a lesson we learned from J-pop. That sometimes you gotta go your way and don't give a damn about the instrumental part overtaking the vocals. Like
Oh yeah.
if you think of Usewa, song by Yado, that's a very complicated song. The instrumental is very weird, but still a song that Japanese people love and sing along to.
Well, on a practical level, then, let's say one of our viewers goes and listens to everything you guys mentioned and goes, you know what? I want to be the Vanished People #2. I'm the next one. Then they run into the same issue. The active jazz bass is overpowering my chorus. How do you? And I myself, I find myself having this issue. How on earth do I go back to, song and don't go too crazy? What are the, apart from constantly reminding yourself? Do you have any suggestions? Do you have any advice for those who might be struggling with it as well?
Well, I asked the same question to a producer that was a mentor of mine for a certain part of my life. I used to attend a studio and work there. I asked this question to the producer, and he said, "There's not an answer. Like, you can't. There's commercial music, there's pop music, and there's complicated music. So it's very hard to answer. I think you just gotta be yourself and not be the Venge people number two. You just gotta follow your musical language.
Yeah, listen, people, don't be Vanish people number two. We already have
Yeah,
one
we
not
already,
Vanish,
we
Vanish
already
people.
have the
We
perfect example.
Yes, you don't copy these cats. Be unique. Well, thank you, Will. That's a great point.
Yeah.
That's a great observation. You have anything, Alex,
Or
to
maybe listen to Voice Notes by Charlie Puth.
listen to Voice Notes by Charlie Puth? I think
I
we're
don't
gonna
think
if
I've heard that properly. That song.
which one? The Voice Notes.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the album.
Oh, is it?
It's the
album?
one that it's a funny story. I
wow.
don't know for our viewers
know this.
as well, maybe for you guys. The way that Alex and I met. Alex and I, we went to the same university. I'm still studying here. I'm a third year. He graduated last year.
Yeah.
But on my first year, that I basically got in here, he was in the house band for my performance class, shredding on guitar. And for our lovely viewers, a little inside information. He was such a grumpy guy.
Grumpy.
He never smiled. It was Friday morning, 9 a.m. He never smiled at girls in the class. For a good portion of the first semester, their goal was not to perform well. It was just to make Alex smile. And one of the songs that we did in that performance class was The Attention
Oh yeah.
by Charlie
Yeah.
Puth. So you kind of know that. You kind of know
Well,
that.
I know that song. Yeah, definitely.
But you know what, guys? To add to what you, Jacob, said, be yourself, right? Which is it's a very strong, valuable words and phrase. But I want to, out of personal interest, and I think for our lovely viewers to also be interested, I want to know, what is being yourself to you guys? What are goals and dreams that you have as musicians, as people, is it fair? How do you guys like to be called band or the duo? Like how do you
We don't know. I
We
think
don't- we're like musical project.
musical project as a musical project? The Vanished people, you see, educated people.
Yeah.
Educated people don't call themselves band. We're musical project. I think we're
Like
gonna
that.
start calling
like
this
that.
musical project as well. What are the goals that what do you guys want to achieve? What are your aspirations, inspirations? Where are you guys going? Where do you want to see yourself?
Hmm. Great question. I mean, ambition is pretty limitless. I think we are. It's hard to know what we would do. Like for sure we want to make our albums, collect enough money to make our movies. We kind of want to explore every form of art. Obviously, we have a lot of on our minds,
Like a multimedia
but we
project.
never gave it a proper form. We still live day by day. This thing, the music.
Mm.
Well, that's the kind of a life of a musician these days. I feel like
Yeah.
just trying to survive.
Yeah. It's rough out
I'd
there.
like to make enough money, then quit everything, quit music, and open an animal refugee and take care of animals.
That is such a nice idea. Wow.
Just for that, Jacob. That goes to you.
That is worthy a clap.
You are the man. You are the guy. Wow. Well, that's a very, very strong goal to work towards. And
Yeah.
speaking of that, guys, I mean, how if I'm not mistaken, the Vanished People, this wonderful musical project, has been going out for what, a few years at this point?
Yeah, 2 years.
2 years.
2 years. And I'm gonna even go to my phone for that. in 2 years, what an impressive numbers you have, guys. You got, as of the day when I looked up, which was a few days ago, we got 162,000 followers on Spotify, 51,000 YouTube subscribers, 86,000 Instagram followers, 359,000 TikTok followers. You have like on SoundCloud, you're doing great. It's like
Impressive numbers.
monthly listeners on Spotify alone, 5,553 monthly listeners, which
Yeah,
is
it's crazy.
in 2.5 years,
That is
guys.
very well done.
As an artist, as a musician, as a human being, as a just me, bow down, guys.
Yeah.
What an incredible work you've been putting out. What an incredible work you've been promoting. And just if that will add anything to what I just said, I just want to say, just go hard, guys. I personally, I agree. I think Alex will agree with me. We only wish you the best, the bestest
thank
of the
you.
best of the best. And as you said, guys, ambitions are limitless. And well, I personally, I want to see you guys rocking biggest possible venues, stages. I'm gonna be there, fanboying in the front row. I personally, listen, like, you're gonna be ever in London or I go to Italy, I want to work with you so bad. I want to lock myself in a room with you. I'll be the third wheel.
Yeah.
I'll be the third wheel.
But be careful. Be careful.
Don't listen to him. Don't listen to
Don't
him.
let him in too close.
Don't listen. Hey, don't listen to this guy. He's exaggerating a lot. I'm not as bad as he makes me look.
Wow.
But
Well, touching upon that, like with shows and playing live, have you done much of that? I haven't looked into that. Have you done much of that? And are you looking to potentially, like, are you? Is that a thing you're looking to do? Future tours, playing shows, and all that?
Not yet, unfortunately.
Okay.
well, if ever there'll be if there ever be
I
a show in
hope-
London.
I hope you
Listen,
you
even
change
in
your
Italy-
mind very quickly.
Yeah. Yes, please. Yes, please. If you come to London, guys, I get you a support act for free, a killing support act. But well, as I said, I personally wish you the best. But one last question that I have, is you guys, what it seems like, been doing music your whole life, a good portion of it, and I sense that enthusiasm in you guys that I and Alex as well have. We share it. What are the let's say five tips, suggestions you have for every single young artist, musician, producer, writer out there? What do you guys, in the years of doing music, built that you want to share with the world?
You said 5.
Yeah, let's go with 5.
Well, approximate. Like,
Approximately.
yeah.
I'd say get out of my swamp. Okay, sorry, that was a terrible reference. Sorry.
I love it. That's something what I would have said. That's something what I would have done.
All right, please.
You want to
start.
elaborate on this?
Maybe number one, I think the most important in the current age, absolutely stay independent, because
Right.
now it's a time where you can do everything on your own. Or at least you can rely on other people, but not on labels. We exist because of social media. It has its pros and cons, but you don't have to be scared to post your music and yourself on socials. That's the absolutely number one thing that every musician should learn.
That's good.
Damn.
Yeah.
What about other 4?
Yeah, second, learn how to mix your songs, because if you have full control over your sessions, that's better for the process.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah. I
Well,
think we're both can
agree,
agree
yeah.
to that. Yeah.
Well, do you want to
it's a good
finish
skill
on
to
number
have.
3, or you want to keep going?
Okay, we can keep going. Let's alternate maybe.
Yeah, but I but I don't have any. No, I gotta think for a second. There are a
No,
lot
you're
of
free.
important stuff. And
3.
yeah, but yeah, I don't have yet. Um,
Dude, you can think while I talk.
you
Yeah.
got another.
No,
You want to take
could-
one?
You,
Take it.
you should have thought while I was.
Yeah, I was thinking, but not enough.
This is like Toon Talker's Italian version.
Yeah.
Do you understand that?
Yeah,
This is literally a Toon. Guys, I
we're
think you
seeing
should start
a lot of
the.
ourselves.
You
in
should
you.
start. You should start it as well. You just expand on the Italian sector.
yeah.
Well, like let's do the last one. Let's do like the biggest one or something. Let's say this. Last one would be something you wish you were told when you were starting out.
All right, I'll borrow a quote from Steven Wilson, so it will be, of course, right. And it's "Be jealous with your music," and it's a quote I'm still trying to interiorize. Like, it's a very interesting concept. Being jealous of your music.
Wow.
It doesn't have to be liked by your friends, your parents, just by you.
We're finishing this a special episode quite philosophically, and I like that.
Yeah, I love these quotes.
Well, we're gonna leave it to you, our lovely audience,
Mm.
and these were none other than the Vanished People,
People.
ladies and gentlemen. One more time for the Vanished People. Wow, guys, you're awesome. You're killing it.
Thank you for the
We
amazing
love you,
time.
and we love you. That's it.
Yeah,
I'm
thank you
gonna-
so
I'm
much for
gonna
doing
end
this
it.
with us. We're
Thank
so
you.
happy to have you here.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Anytime you're in London, hit us up.
Yeah,
We'll
definitely.
meet you at the airport. I'll pick you up myself.
Perfect.
I'm kidding. Amazing. Thank you very much, guys. Lovely audience. Thank you for tuning in for our first ever special Toon Talkers. Toon
Yeah.
Talkers special. Thank you very much. Bye.
See you in the next one.
Bye. See ya.